Hey guys, it is Emery and Erin up here in the soap room with you, and we are going to be following her around for a while to kind of get a look at what she does in a normal day. So Erin, what is your title here at Goat Milk Staff?
Unofficially fulfillment supervisor is how I would put it.
Fulfillment supervisor, nice. And how long have you been in that role?
Less than a year.
A little less than a year. Nice. So you started working here in 2019. And how did you hear about us? 'Cause you're one of the...
That I don't really remember.
Okay, yeah.
We started visiting here years back, coming for the baby goat experience in the winter time. Got to know the family, and then when we moved out here, I started working here.
Yep. So she was we've known her a lot longer than she's worked here. So you work up in the soap room with 1, 2, 3, 4, like 6 other people?
At least.
At least. How many of those people do you get to have the privilege of managing? They're all laughing behind us.
It kind of varies because I work a lot with the online orders, so whoever's working on filling the orders, packaging, anything like that, that's kind of what I manage. So it's whoever's filling those roles at the time.
Nice. And then prior to the role you're in currently, what kind of was your title or job description? Because we didn't really have titles back then.
I was filling in pretty much wherever needed, but mostly in orders, pulling the orders, packaging, working with the soap a lot, doing soap inventory, stuff like that.
Right. Nice. So go ahead and walk me through a normal work week for you. So like start what time you get here on Monday, and then just kind of work me through your week.
First thing Monday morning is printing orders. Monday, the priority is all the orders because we have the number of orders from the weekend. So there's much more on Monday than there are any other day of the week.
Right.
So that's our primary goal. That's pretty much all we work on Mondays.
Yep.
The whole rest of the week is orders. Always come first. We want to get those out. I send out the Bonjoro at the end of each day, so that's the little thank you video message that we send. I do soap inventory at the end of each week, ideally. And then just filling in if needed. If Jade needs help weighing soap or bagging soap, or just making sure things are stocked in the soap room.
Right, nice. So we try to have our orders out. We have a promise that we get our orders.
Any order that comes in by 2 o'clock, our goal is to get that out same day.
Right, and that's pretty much on you mostly, right? That's your department, if you will. So she's the one who, any of your orders that arrive late, we can blame Erin, right?
No.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Once it leaves the firm, we unfortunately can't control it.
Yeah. So we do get orders out every day by the mail. Typically comes around 4 or 3:30.
Usually 3.
3 o'clock. So typically around 3 o'clock, and then that last hour from 3 to 4. Would you say it's busier than the rest of the day? The same busy, or is it kind of like you can breathe again for that last hour?
It can be either. Depends on how busy the day was with orders, what needs to be restocked or made, or who needs help catching up in their area.
Right. So how many different areas would you say there are in the soap room?
There's computers, so 5 or 6.
5 or 6 different, and that would be you work or manage one of them.
I would say fulfillment, customer service is a portion of it. Soap, just anything having to do with soap.
Right.
Production, and farm store.
Yeah. Yeah, so you get to work with quite a few different people up here. Do you ever have to communicate or work with people down in the barns, or the marketing team, or the website team, if you will? I know you're pretty involved with the website team.
Yeah. I've learned more as I've been working here how to update different things on the website. Not a whole lot, but at least I can take that on with inventory quantity and things like that.
Right.
Barn crew I only really interact with if there's a need, if somebody's here to pick up a goat that they're purchasing, or if there's a baby goat experience. That's the only interaction I really have with the barn crew. Yeah, I'd say marketing and customer service I have the most interaction with outside of the soap room.
Nice. So, you've been here for a while. What are some of the biggest changes that you've seen just in like your personal growth and how like the job has changed you, or ways that you've grown into the job?
This job is very different from any other job I've had in terms of changes just in general. Also just basic changes like how the whole building is set up. So I'd say probably personal growth and just working on flexibility has been something I've grown in a lot. But yeah, there's been a lot of change just in 2 years. I mean, there's been product changes and soap shape changed, and just our setup in here made a big difference too.
Yeah, nothing kind of stays the same here very long. We're always improving. Yeah. So what would you say, is there something that comes to mind that you think an improvement that you are particularly proud of, that maybe you were involved with? Is there anything that comes to mind when you think of just something that maybe really, oops, I'm holding the camera sideways, that you really helped like improve, or that really improved your job and made it easier for you?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of little things here and there. Yeah.
But nothing huge.
Nothing that really stands out.
Yeah, not particularly surprised. Everything, like, things change here pretty regularly on a weekly basis. If something hasn't changed, whether in, like you said, there's like 6 departments up here. Then there's the marketing team, there's the barn crew. Lots of different places for things to change. And so change is always happening on the farm. So before you were working here, you came down for a lot of baby goat experiences and things like that. How often do you get to make it out to the barns to get to see any of the goats, or do anything really work-based outside of the soap room?
Not part of my work day, but occasionally I'll stop by the barns, especially when there are baby goats. I used to love doing the kidding experience, so around kidding season I like to help out, and I live really close, so I can be on call to stop by if needed, or just check on something. If a goat's out of the pen, or family's on vacation, anything like that. So it's not really part of my work day to go down there, but I will sometimes after hours and just stop by, see what's happening.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So do you have, so you're not in the production, you were in production, right?
I used to help out making a lot of the spray items, more so to do with soap, just bagging soap, making sure that gets done, stamping bags for the soap.
So is there a favorite product that you have to make, and is there a favorite product that you have to use?
Not sure to make. There weren't a whole lot I had influence in.
Right.
To use, personally, I really like the shaving soap and the liquid soap.
Yeah.
The liquid soap is my favorite right now.
So is there a least, I don't want to say least favorite one to make, but is there one that when you have to make, it's just like, oh, this is going to be a project, here we go?
It's not a long project, but I wasn't all that fond of making tooth powder.
Yeah. Okay. So in in a normal day, you'll get up and you'll come here and start with orders and everything and get all the orders done, and then you'll move on to your computer work mostly and restocking and stuff. Is there a job that happens that's not in your regular thing, that like, you know, maybe like a monthly job that happens that always catches you by surprise, or that you, if it doesn't catch you by surprise, you just have to always make sure happens, or that you forget or something?
Making sure that the limited edition soaps are counted and just added to the website, bagged, just making sure they're ready on time for when that email goes out.
Right. And you want to explain what the limited editions are real quick?
Yeah, so every month we have about 3 to 4 different types of soap. Right now we've got apple, pumpkin, purity, oats, and honey.
Yeah.
Yep. So each month we have a variety of different soaps that are only available for that month or until they sell out. So we have a specific number of those, and it's just a matter of getting those made available on the website so everybody can see them and order them.
Nice. So how many orders would you say you can comfortably do in a day with your team up here? And then what are some of like the extremes that we've hit for like holiday weekends or things like that?
Our busiest days just throughout the year when it's not holiday related, I would say we could get about 350 done in a day.
Nice.
Really busy days like Cyber Monday or Black Friday, anything like that, with all hands on deck, we can get a good 500 to 600 out.
Nice. Yeah. So, would you say that there are any recent changes that have made the process more efficient, or do you know of any that maybe you guys are working on getting put in place so that it can become more efficient?
I think we're still figuring out placement of people's jobs, just where everybody's working and how that overlap works out, because there is a lot of overlap just in who helps who.
Right.
So it's a lot of kind of give and take. If you're helping someone, you expect their help, and we're just kind of figuring out where that fits and timing of that.
Right. Because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full-time employees up here. Is that correct? And then, or seven full-time employees, right? You have to include yourself.
7.
Yeah, 7 full-time, and then throughout the year we have a bunch of different part-time up here. So it's quite a unique situation where everyone kind of has to manage themselves, but also has managers that they work with, because we don't really have a manager that just spends his whole time just managing people, because there's only 7.
Yeah.
And so everyone has to do a level of self-management, which can make integration with everyone in all the different areas rather difficult. Yeah. So, so you work closely with Coulter, yes? So Coulter, and then you also probably work pretty closely with Shelby?
Shelby and Jade.
Shelby and Jade. Okay. Nice. So, if you had to choose a person to like help you with, or is there someone, I should say, that is kind of training, that is kind of like a successor for you, if you will, in the sense that like most jobs here you grow through them, and you develop them into something else, and so is there someone that we have kind of you're helping train, or you're kind of like looking as someone who's helping you so that you can move on to bigger fish?
Not in an official capacity, but Jade and Shelby have both learned how to print orders,
Right.
and how to do that side of the computer part of the orders process. So that's helped to have backup people if needed, if I'm away, or
Right.
you know, if we need an extra person helping with that. So they've both been learning.
Nice. All right. So, is there anything that like little things that keep you sane throughout the day. Like, I don't know, coffee in the morning, right? Or like, do you have routines where it's like, I don't know, 30-minute lunch at noon every single day, just because that's like your time? Is there anything that just like keeps you going? Because I've worked with my siblings, and they can be they have a special ability. Yeah, they just have a special ability. So is there anything that you kind of comes to mind for you?
Occasionally we'll play music in the soap room.
Okay.
And I'm a big music lover, so that helps me. Also, just when everybody's just in a good mood and getting along really well, we do get along really well for the most part, and there's a lot of back and forth and just fun times had while we're doing our jobs.
I get that. So if you had to choose a title for yourself, if you will, like a banter title, you know what I'm talking about. Is there one that comes to mind for you? Not offhand. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I was just curious, because it's always fun to see how people see themselves. Anyway, so you work in, so there's the soap room is kind of split into like 3 different, in my opinion, and I could be wrong, but like 3 or 4 different areas. There's like the office, the soap making, the like main building, and then the farm store. Do you really ever have much reason excuse me, to go back into the soap room or into the farm store, or do you really mostly just stay in the 2, like the office and the production area?
Kind of all of them. I'd say the soap room least of all.
Okay.
For the making of soap. But I help cover the farm store when we need extra coverage in there. And I do go down and help with all the soap that's curing.
Right.
Anything to do with that, the organization of that. So yeah, just the making of soap is the area I'm most hands-off on.
That makes sense. So even though you work inside, I'm going to ask this question anyway because you work with soap. Does the weather really have much of an effect on your job? Just with, I don't know, people tracking in water onto floors that have soap on them. Does that ever affect anything? Or is it, you're in a building and the weather doesn't really matter?
The only thing weather affects is the amount of soap that's on my shoes. So when I leave here and I walk on any other floors, there is some skidding.
Right.
If I go out to my car and it's been raining and I've got soap on my hands and touch my car door handle, there are suds. But,
okay.
Yeah.
But not too much inside, yeah, because out in the barns, it's very weather dependent, and I was curious if that was kind of across the board, if there were any difficulties that the rain caused up here.
No, not really.
Okay. Nice. So the sweet shop is where we're storing a few of the things now that we've moved a bunch of the stuff out of here so that we could grow the production area in here. How much do you have to be involved with any of that, with heading back there, getting any of that stuff? Is that all behind the scenes that you don't have to deal with?
Nothing to do with those. I do ship out any of the canned goods orders that come in, because we do still have some canned goods on the GMS Market website.
Right.
So that's the only reason I go back there now, is that's where we keep the canned goods, so there's no risk of the food tasting like soap in any way. Right.
Okay. And then how often would you say you get to deal with the retail side of things? Do you get to ever go in and deal with the customers and help them, or do you pretty much just stay back here with the production side of helping the customers?
I do when I'm covering the store, when I'm helping cover. Usually that's around lunchtime.
Right.
I used to more. It's less so now because I'm dealing more with the online orders.
Right.
But I used to be in there way more often.
Okay. And would you say that we have a significantly less amount of people just with the pandemic and things getting closed down for so long? Or would you say that it bounced back pretty well and we have a decent amount of customers coming in?
I'd say it's slowed down some. It's picking back up.
Right.
But I think our online orders significantly increased over the last year. Yep. Which was great. I think we're getting more people coming through, just passing by and stopping in the store. Yeah. So I think it's picking back up.
Awesome. Alrighty. Well, do you have anything that you think I missed, or anything you wanted to add? Alrighty. Well, then that is going to be a wrap. Thank you so much, Erin, and we will catch you guys in future videos.
Work hard. Get dirty. Use good soap. GoatMilkStuff.com